Now what happens now whenever you have some complex data, let's say take an example of this one only. So whenever you have a complex data, so what happens, like if you will insert chart in this, so in the insert tab also you'll get a number of charts, like option of charts. Okay, so what happens now, the chart is just whenever you go to a pivot table, it first will insert a pivot table and then we will be inserting a chart. Why? Because if you insert a chart on this, like let's say if you insert a chart on this, so you won't be able to understand. Are you able to understand that what this chart wants to say? Basically, this is what happens, like whenever with a complex data, whenever you will be inserting a chart now, you won't be able to analyze it. That is why first we need to convert this complex table into a pivot table. Okay, and then only we normally used to insert chart. So that is why first what I'll do, I'll be using this pivot table. Okay. Let's say as per this one, we will be inserting it. So we need what? So we have this table. So what we need to do, let's say we'll be arranging it within this particular type. So it is asking about below format. So below format, there is a product, and after that product, what it is. The product is there, the reason is there, and the total price is there. So we'll be selecting the product, we'll be selecting the reason. So we'll be doing this. The product and the reason has been selected. Now we'll be going through the price, the total price we have selected. Okay. Now from the value field setting, we'll be changing the number format. Number format will be in the accounting form without this AD or something. Now we have pressed OK. So now it is in the number format, or else what you can do, you can, because here if you can see where there is 0, there is double dot. So for that also you can go through this custom formatting. For the normal format, you can just change the number formatting from here so that you can get the normal data. Okay, so let's say I have converted this into a normal data, and after that now I need to convert it into a chart. So what I'll do, I'll just go to the insert, and then I do have a pivot chart option. As I have inserted a pivot table, so it's better to insert the pivot chart, because in this way it can show me a chart that will have some meaningful data analysis. Or else if I'll insert a normal chart, then again it will get messed up. So this is the chart it is showing. Okay. This is a chart it is showing. Now it is you already have this product, like in which color these products are being shown. So here is the area wise, the total products that are being shown to you, that in which area how much total price that particular product has. Okay, the sum of total prices. So this is how you insert a chart. So when you insert a chart, now you get 3 options. First one is pivot chart analysis. The second one is design and the format. So basically in the format, it is just about how the data has been written, what is the text color. You can change the text color. You can change the text border if there is any. So you can just make the changes. You can easily see now whatever I'm selecting. So it is affecting the text, right? So basically it is all about formats of the data. Okay, so this is basically depending upon your like choice. You can just change the formatting, like the color, the text font, and the other things. Now coming to the design. So from the design, you change the layout. From the design, you change the layout. Layout means how the chart should look like. Here are some chart styles are there. By default, chart styles are there. You can select it to make it attractive, so make it very clear. Like it totally depends that where you are going to discuss about this chart, the room would be open or closed, or it will be bright or dark. So that totally depends on that. So depending upon that only, you just select the type of chart. Now coming to this thing, like this is chart layout. This is the most important part. Why? Because this will help you to get a different chart details, like in axis. So you need to want this horizontal or vertical. Like you need the details or not. Depending upon that, you can select. Like let's say if I select primary horizontal, so I'm just not having this one because I have deselected it. I'm only having this numbers. Even I don't want this, so I can select this primary vertical. I unselected this, so now I do have only chart. Correct. If I want to select all both of them, so I can select it both with the control buttons, or else I can select it individually one by one. So this is about access. Now coming to this access title. So do I need a title like in a vertical or in a horizontal? How I need the title? So depending upon that, I'll get a, you can see clearly that there is an access title, right? Whenever I am selecting it. Correct. So you can just select it and you can write it there. For example, I can select it and I can write it here as reason, right? Because it is regional details, or you can say that regional area, right? So that totally depends on you. So basically this helps you in getting the details. Let's say I don't need it, so I removed it. Coming to the chart title, so there is no title, but now you can provide a chart title. That what is the comparison, like this is, how would you be knowing that what it is this? So I in the chart I'll be writing in the chart title, this is the sum of total prices, right? Reason wise sum of total prices, I can write it there. So that totally depends that where you need to insert this chart title. After that, this is the data label. So data label means it will be showing the numbers. It will be showing the data, and there are different places where it will be showing the data. Okay, so this is the different types of layouts. This is the different places where it will be showing the data. That totally depends on you. Now come to the data table. So what is the data table? You either along with the chart, you need the table. So it will provide you the tables. Okay, with like it is just about exploring that how you get the data, how you need to organize it, how you need to make changes in the chart. So these are the tools. Why am I telling you these tools? Because I know that none of you are going to try it by yourself, and you won't be getting any details like how which type of presentation will appear, which type of tool will appear when you will be using all these things. That is why I'm just showing you that if in case you need it anytime, so might be possible that you'll be reminding which moment, and then you will get it. Okay, like we have learned that here somewhere or from some tools we can get something, some details. That is why I'm just showing you one by one. Okay, because there is nothing that is very rocket science, but yeah, these are very basic things that will help you just in the what layout of your chart. Okay, so these are the things like the grid lines. Either you need the grid lines or you don't need the grid lines. Depending upon that, you will be selecting this. Now coming to the legends. So you need the legends or you don't need the legends. Like you need to take the product name written here, or you don't need to write the product names. That totally depends. Either you need it in the top, in the left, in the bottom. That totally depends on you, like how you need to present your chart. Okay, now coming to the thread line. So either you add thread line or not. Basically there is no thread line. So on which particular product you need to implement thread line. Let's say I need to implement on a DVD drive, or yeah, HP laser print. Press it and I okay. So now all these things you are getting it. Along with that, this is the line of growth of your HP laser printer. Okay, this is the collection. Like in the Midwest, it is this much down, in North and then South and then West. This is how your sum of total price has increased for HP laser printer. Okay, so basically this is the trend line. These are used normally in the stock markets, in the even in the board meetings, to understand that where our revenue is going, where our profit is going, where is total sales is going. Okay, and depending upon that, what are the decisions that needs to be taken that is related to our capital introduction or our sales increasing, or basically some measures that needs to be taken care, like the credit that have been provided to the customers that needs to be recovered or that needs to be insured, how much amount for how much value we need to apply for insurance and all that. Okay, so for all these informations we need to use these charts, pivot charts. Okay, so coming to this one, switch to row and column. So basically switch to row and columns helps you in like switching it between this column and row, like the data. For example, here this particular column, this was in the column, right? Because in the data you can see that this is in the column. Earlier the data was like this, so the area was in row and the products were in column. Now whenever you change it, sorry, now whenever you change it, like from here, so now the product are in the rows and the area is in the column. So basically you can change the way of like presentation, like way of presentation of the data you can change. Okay, select the data. Let's say if you have selected the incorrect data, so you can select the correct data from where you need to implement this pivot table. Okay, sorry, pivot chart. Change chart type. Change chart type provides you the option to change the chart, that which chart you need to uh, include, like which chart. Let's say this is the chart type I need to insert. So this is the chart you have inserted. Okay, so basically it provides you an option to changing the chart type. Now move chart. Move chart is basically what, like keeping this one, you need to move it to another sheet. So what I'll do, I'll just move it to the table one, and then the chart would be here without getting affected with any of the data. So we don't need the table. That is why I moved the chart to a new sheet. Okay, so this is the complete chart. Like I have gone through this format, I have gone through this design and this pivot chart analysis. Pivot chart analyze in nothing but just the things you used to get in your pivot table. Okay, like slicer is there, timeline is there, change data source is there, like clearing all filters is there. Okay, so this is nothing but just a pivot chart option. So whatever you get in the pivot table, you will get all the options in the pivot chart. So that option would be here in the pivot chart analyze. Then design, I have already told you to change the presentation, and the format is to change the text, like what is the colors of the text, what should be the background and all. Okay.